What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys a lockdown coverage on Madden 24 that you're gonna love. So if you enjoy this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So as you guys know, NCAA 25 is dropping in 7 days, or around 7 days, a little bit less now, but I'm excited for it, and yes, I will be doing content on it. Yes, I will be making ebooks on it, so make sure you guys are locked in. And now I still want to keep Madden 25 content, Madden 24 content pumping out, so you know, just make sure you stay on the lookout for that. I'm actually going to be doing both is my game plan, but I'm going to eventually kind of stop Madden 24 and focus mainly on NCAA until Madden 25 comes out. All right, so like I said, I'm going to show you guys the setup very quick. And then I'm gonna hop into gameplay. I got 2 full gameplays for you. I got 1.5, but you'll see yourself. So I got about 24 minutes or so worth of gameplay. So this is gonna be about 5 minutes in this little section, and I'm only gonna talk to you guys about the setup. So that way you can, if you just want the setup, you want to go ahead and go on your own, you're good. If you want to watch the gameplay, see how it plays versus different formations, and hear my opinions about it, make sure you stick around. Okay, so for personnel, it's just how you would do it. Now, I'm in nickel 3-3, and the playbook I'm in is the 4-6 defensive playbook. And again, that's the 4-6 defensive playbook. All right. Now, for 3-3, I like to just have safeties in at the linebacker spots. Now, I'm using the Chiefs right here. So right here, I do like to have this guy right here, Tranquil, just because their safeties are kind of limited on their speed and everything. So he's a fine linebacker, but if you want to put a safety in, you definitely can. Okay. Now, what we're going to talk about is cover for drop, but first, you want to make sure you go to your auto alignment. You want to put it on base. Now, you'll hear me talk about it, but it's cover for drop essentially is what we're playing. Excuse me. So if you want to put your curl flats at like 0 or 5 to kind of take away the quick drags or quick in routes or maybe the flat routes, go ahead and do it. Now if you want to put it at about 10 or 15 to kind of help play those intermediate routes like the dig routes, maybe your comeback style routes, maybe your out routes or such, you know, things of that nature, maybe corner routes, then play around with it at 10 to 15. But normally I like to leave it on default and kind of base it on my opponent. So I want to make sure I mention that right out the gate. Okay, so we're going to go to cover for drop here. Now it doesn't matter. We're just going to go to random gun, just because it just literally doesn't matter. Make sure it's not a run play though. Okay, cool. So all right, so for the setup, if you're going to use this out of nickel 3-3, we're going to base our setup on where our slot corner is, because we have it set to base align and auto align. They're going to align the slot corner to the strong side of the formation. So when I move my linebackers, I want to move them to the strong side. So all I'm going to do is press right on the directional. I'm going to press shift my linebackers to the left. Actually, they're not going to move because I accidentally touched it. But let's base align. Let's see if that helps. Okay, yeah, they're just not going to do it. Let's just snap the ball here and just kind of throw it away. Let's come out in a different formation. I don't know why they didn't let me shift my linebackers, but normally they will let you shift your linebackers. So right here, notice how my slot corner is to the right side now. So what I'm gonna do is I normally like to pinch my line, and I'm gonna shift my linebackers to the right. So notice that linebacker moves, and this is gonna be your user. So the middle linebacker is your user. Okay, you can go around wherever you want to with him. Now, when you shift your linebackers to the slot corner side, you want to double tap the right directional, select X, and you want to man up that linebacker on the nearest receiver that's not the slot. So right here, I'll man him up to the running back, R1, because he's the closest one to him. Now that safety up top, L1, I'm going to go ahead and man him up on X just like this. So this is essentially the coverage, and like I said, with the purples, you can do whatever you want. I normally like to leave them until I'm forced. Now I know you're wondering about this little void right here that's in the middle. That's where you're kind of keeping your eye on, but the quarter actually does a pretty good job of actually guarding it. This guy right here, now he's not going to run over there and guard it, no, but you're kind of banking on the fact of the route not going deep middle. Now, if you're super concerned about it, all you need to do is take triangle, put them on the inside third. That is literally all you have to do. But normally, I don't like to do that unless they force me to, or unless I just want to do it. Some formations will work beautifully versus some others. Some formations it doesn't. So, all right, cool. So we got a pass play here, and just kind of let you see what it's like. And keep in mind, most people are going to run stop plays. So what you're doing, you're just kind of looking for any of the leakage. So notice that right here, it really wasn't that much leakage. So you can kind of tell everybody was just kind of playing how they're supposed to. And I'll show you one more example. I'm actually glad they did trips right here. So for trips, we can do the same thing. Move our linebackers over here. Now we're going to double tap the right directional, select square, man them up to the nearest one. Now right here, there are a couple things you can do. If it's for trips tight end or trips tight end, Trey Wild flex, or trips tight end offset, any one of those type of formations, or if your opponent shows you they want to throw the streak, which I want to actually call verticals. If they're going to throw that streak, the triangle, which a lot of people will, if you do what we said and man up right here, you can still give up that streak, okay, if you're not careful. So there's a couple things you can do if you're that worried about it. Also, when it comes to trips formations, I like to put this guy on the middle third also. So this is my preferred setup. But if they're showing you they want to keep throwing that slot streak, all you need to do is double tap triangle, select triangle, and put him on a vertical hook, and he's going to be able to settle right in there, and that will just kind of help take away everything. Now your job is just to kind of watch the tight end, make sure he doesn't do anything, any type of drag or anything like that. You're going to have to help out on that. So here, I kind of show you right here. So notice I try to throw triangle, and then we get the pick, of course. But if you're that worried about it, like I said, right there, the vertical hook actually didn't do what we wanted to. But you can also zone drop your vertical hook. So if they just keep throwing this, put your vertical hooks at like 10 or 15, and just kind of make sure that doesn't happen. Or worst case scenario, you can also just man him up here. Okay, that's also an option. You could just, instead of manning this guy to him, you can just man him right here. So I took time to break that down because you're going to see this formation and you're going to see it actually in game here. I believe I had somebody run this. So just keep in mind, all right? Trips tight end is the only exception to the cover shell that I like. And you're going to see how it works in a second. But I would suggest just manning this guy up here, and then you just kind of watch the flats on this left side, if that makes sense. Or if you want to feel, you know, kind of sneaky, you could put this guy in a purple and then shade over the top, and that way you won't give up the streak, and this quarter will still be able to help kind of on a streak. So anyways, that's enough of me talking, so let's go on and dive right into this gameplay. Alright y'all, so we did end up getting matched up against the Commanders, and first and 10 I did decide to run the blitz. So when I use this scheme, I like to mix it in, so I'm gonna tell you guys, make sure you mix this in. So I started off the game, I didn't want to show him immediately that all I was doing was sitting in coverage. So now I decided to run the coverage for the first time, and you can kind of tell how it fares against the run. Now I love this versus the run because your quarters are going to play a lot more aggressive on the run than your deep thirds would. That's why I like to do this out of cover 4 drop. So right here, excuse me, I did decide to run this again. And again, when I do the man up, I know I didn't talk about it much in the beginning, but when you man up your receivers, you want to man up the linebacker that's closest to whoever it is. So sometimes it may be a running back, sometimes it may be a tight end. You want to do it on the same side as right there. I did run the blitz, and I wanted to run the blitz just to show my opponent I will blitz him, per se. So now you basically be seeing me do pretty much coverage the rest of the video, and you can tell I got the linebacker manned up to the closest person, then I got the tight end manned up to the other one. So right there, our user is going to be in the middle, and we are going to be able to get the interception. And you kind of want to play this as you would your cover 3 style blitzes, if that makes sense. So you know your cover 3 zone blitzes, how you use it in the middle. You want to kind of play it the same way when you do this, except for that 3 rush. It's going to do a lot more work than you think. So right here, he did run a little play action, and if we wanted number 40 to stay, which was our slot corner, I believe that was that time, then all you had to do is say they wanted to keep throwing that, right? All you had to do is put your curl flats on 5, or put it, I'm sorry, if it was that deep, you can put it on about 10 or 15, or you can put it on 5 or 0 if you want to take away the flats and you go use it at yourself. So you have a lot of freedom with this defense as well. So notice right here, now I should have, one thing I want to say is this is a mistake right here, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, and you're going to be able to understand what I'm talking about. So when you do this, you want to make sure if they have any type of two, like a running back and a tight end on the same side or something like that, you want to make sure you man up your running back, their running back to your linebacker, and then your safety to that receiver or tight end. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is, to put it simply, you really never want to man up the outside receiver. Now, unless it's compressed sets, that's fine. So in this case, I don't mind this because it is to the strong side. So this is how I would do it, for say. But right there was terrible user. I should have been in the middle. I thought he was going to run a crosser, so that was definitely my fault. But when you run this defense, you want to make sure that the only time you should man up outside receivers is if it's a tight formation. So like your tight slots, maybe your tight offset, maybe your tight wide weak or whatever it is, tight whatever, deuce close even counts. Notice how they're compressed. So if they're compressed and it's to the strong side, then you want to man up the outside. It's perfectly fine to do that, okay? But I'm saying that because I made some mistakes in this game. You're going to be able to see it. It's right there. This is why you want to make sure you stay in the middle. You want to be the person kind of take away those quick posts, because that is something that is a weakness of this defense, is the quick posts. Now it also depends on who you man up and who you have playing man. Basically, that matters a lot too. Now, right here, this is an okay setup. I love this because we got the tight end manned up. He's the closest, and we got that slot guy manned up. And I thought he was going to do a play action. He didn't show me he wanted to run a lot, so I wasn't expecting him to run the ball. But either way, you still tell, even with our user not being there, we did have great run defense. And it is, normally you can gap shoot with this defense. This is why I like this defensive shell a lot, okay? So right here we do have, this is how I would actually run it. So we'll see how it plays. And now you're probably saying like, well, he had the deep post, but I need you guys to understand that you can either choose to play the quarter or you could play the middle third, okay? So that's completely up to you. If you want to keep that quarter right there, you're going to give up the deep post. It's just given unless they happen to run it to the same side as the quarter. But if they're running it away from the quarter, then obviously you're going to give it up. But if somebody shows you they want to throw it, then let's say they hurried up offense, then at that point I would actually switch that guy to inside third, if that makes sense. But until they show me that, I'm not going to worry about it. As you can tell right there, our user kind of went ahead to take it away, and the man coverage did its job, and then the quarter flat did its job, so I'm fine. That's why I like to leave the quarter flats alone until they show me that they're just doing something that's just, you know, glitching out or dumbing out my quarter flat. Then I'll go ahead and switch it, if that makes sense. But if they don't show me that, we're good. Alright, so how this looks versus Bunch, okay? So versus Bunch, I like to man up the inside linebacker and inside receiver, and then kind of just look how it plays. It's right there. I mean, you know, you really can't throw the quick streak against it, and most of the time people see cover 4 drop and they're assuming that they can throw quick streaks. But sometimes you can't give them up, so if somebody shows they like to just only throw quick streaks, there's other defenses that work way better versus, you know, solely quick streak people. And for example, if somebody just showed they really want to just keep throwing not cover, if they keep wanting to throw quick streaks, literally just come out and cover 2, zone drop your hooks if you want to, or your vertical hooks, whichever ones, zone drop them, and you're good. So right here, this is a mistake because we have the outside guy manned up to the outside receiver. I'm sorry, our linebacker manned up to the outside. Anytime you have a linebacker manned up to the outside receiver, or anybody manned up to the outside receiver and it's not compressed, you're wrong. So even right here, this is wrong. I should have had the linebacker man up to the running back. That's the way I should have had it. Although we didn't get, you know, it's not the worst thing to happen, but it's just, there's better ways to do it, and that would be the better way, was just to man up the linebacker with the running back, and then the slot guy with our safety. That's just normally the best way to do it with this shell. So anyways, right here I should have put linebacker on R1. As you can tell, I did not, and just kind of watch what happens. So just notice how he's just going to get completely cooked, and you know, it would have been a harder throw had we actually manned up the running back on the had we actually manned up the linebacker on the running back. So just make sure y'all keep in mind this, and let me know if you guys like it when I do this style. I figure you would. That's why I wanted to try it out with showing you guys just kind of longer gameplay, so that way I can have more time to talk about it, so you can actually see it yourself and see, you know, the thought process behind it. You can also see the formation, so you understand like what formation my opponent's running. So, you know, I hope that stuff works out for you. And right there, I was expecting them to just, you know, I expected an inside guy to make the tackle, but like you can tell, 4 rushes in the whole entire game. So I really haven't been playing to run that often, so that's why my user's been kind of out of place. I've been kind of playing on play action a lot. As right here, I'm assuming he was just playing around just because it was 9 seconds left, but that's going to end up taking us to the second half. So now you're probably wondering how I'm winning this guy against this guy 38-0. Now, for one, he should have been left this game. I'm not finna stick in the game when I'm losing 38-0. This just not happening. But you know, big respect to him for hanging in there. But anyways, the offense that is going on in this video, I'm actually going to show next video. So I'm going to show you guys the offensive side of this game and show you the offensive side of the next game that I have for you guys, and you can see what I'm running and just how effective it is, honestly. So the formation that I have, it's something I've already put a video out on, but I want to re-go over it because I have a new setup for you guys. And with this setup, you're gonna be able to bomb. Cover 2, cover 3, and cover 2 man the best. Now you technically can bomb cover 4 drop, but I don't like it versus that. But you can. It definitely works still, but it's not the best. But it's a very, very explosive offense, as you guys can tell with me being up 38-0. And it's not that he's a bad opponent at all. It's just, you know, I mean, I'm not going to say he's okay. That's okay. He's not the best at the game, all right? But sadly, it's kind of hard to find by, you know, I would have to literally play this game all day, every day, just to be able to pick out the two of like, you know, that's why I don't waste time doing that, because it isn't needed in my opinion. You know, that's why I literally just load up, and who I matched up against is just who I'm matched up against. You know, so I just take the first 2 games and just run with it that way, honestly. So anyways, right here, I should have manned up the running back and that slot receiver. I shouldn't have manned up the 2 outsides. But again, the way I kind of do these videos is I kind of get understanding and practice mode of kind of how I want to do it. And then I hop in game and really just, you know, see how it fares. Right there, I have no clue why I didn't get an interception. But either way, I go in gameplay and I kind of get I get a more of a understanding. And then before I actually record the video, I go and practice mode one more time and kind of see like, okay, I did my gameplay. Let me review my gameplay and then actually see how I can tweak it in practice mode. And then I give it to you guys, if that makes sense. So that's why I know it seems a little counterproductive, but it honestly works well for me. I'm able to get the feedback and then give y'all my feedback from it, and that way you can not make the mistakes that I made. So that's why I like doing this. And also you can run this in the red zone, although I would not recommend it. I still didn't even give a chance to give y'all my red zone defense that I like doing. But either way, as long as you know how to gap shoot out of 3-3, which you definitely can, this is a great red zone defense. But there are better red zone defenses than 3-3. But right there, as you can tell, we were putting on a clinic. Now, just as a sneak peek, this is the play I was telling you guys about. So right there, I believe he was in cover 2 man. And you just can't play cover 2 man versus this. And the reason why the score is like this, because he just didn't want to stay. He didn't want to get out of cover 2 man. He wanted to stay in it the whole game. And that particular play will just literally dissect cover 2 man. There's just literally nothing he could do about it. And I'll be able to show you guys the offensive side of that here in the next videos when I plan on doing that. Right before NCAA 25 drops, which I know y'all excited about. I'm excited about it. Let me know which one you guys are going to play more between NCAA and Madden 25. Because I know a lot of y'all say, well, I'm not getting Madden 25. But then when Madden 25 drops, y'all go get it. So, you know, right there, we are going to be able to get the interception. And are we going to take it to the crib? Come on, man. Y'all know he's going to take it to the crib. She's going to get the little touchdown right there. But a lot of y'all tell me, well, I ain't finna get the game. And then y'all, you know, start asking me about schemes and tips for it. So, I mean, you know, maybe I won't because NCAA is good. But I plan on doing videos on both. That is my plan. Now for how long I'm gonna do videos on both, I don't know. And I don't know if I highly doubt I'm gonna do current gen NCAA if there even is a current gen, because I have no idea honestly. But I got the $150 bundle for NCAA and Madden 25, and if it's not included in that bundle for current gen, if there is one, I'm not gonna worry about it because I'm not about to, you know. I mean, I guess I'm not about to. I don't know. Y'all don't plan on it. Let me put it that way, because I feel like paying $150 is a little ridiculous, anyways. But I'm able to get both of them for you guys. So if that's something you're interested in, I don't know. I guess let me know. Or if they have a current gen, I don't even think they do have current gen for it. But if they do, I just don't see me doing that, just because that's already gonna be a lot when me doing NCAA 25 for next gen, and then doing next gen for Madden 25, and then try to do current gen for both of them. Yeah, I don't know. That might be, you know, overloading myself a little much. So, don't know if I'm going to do that, and I don't even know if they have it. So, you know, just let me know in comments what y'all think, if they got it or not. It's right here. It actually works pretty good. Just notice how the quarters play, which is why I like this. So, you can definitely run this versus your, you know, you don't have to be afraid to run this versus your, you know, your under center style formations. And again, notice I haven't even blitzed at all against this guy, right? And this is the power of this defense. And now, if you want to blitz, it's, you know, it's very easy to blitz, you know. That's why this formation is just good. And then now it's, you know, so I've already given you guys cover 2 out of this, and I've already given you this, so you can actually just have a scheme just out of the cover 2 and actually out of this play. You can keep alternating them, and then you'll be able to be golden, honestly. And right here we got 3rd and 17, and he's going to come out in flanker close, which I actually thought about doing a video, another one out of flanker close. I believe I did one already out of flanker close, but I like this formation too. I always worry about that slot side on where Adam Thielen is. They like that little post route out of there, but he didn't run at that time. And either way, you guys can kind of see how the defense would have kind of covered everything. And this is a great defense to run if you have 3 dominant pass rushers. So if you're on MUT and you just have, you know, just 3 dominant pass rushers on your D-line, this is a great defense to run. Just kind of like, you know, a shed style defense. Now, if you're dealing with a mobile quarterback, it can be a little bit difficult, but you have options, of course. If you're dealing with a mobile quarterback, my suggestion is you kind of pay attention to that yourself, because you're in the middle, so you should kind of be the quarterback spy yourself. So just kind of try not to go too far downfield when you're a user in the middle, because you have nobody for the quarterback. So just keep that in mind. So that's an option. Or if you just don't like that at all, then you can just switch assignments with the curl flat. Well, excuse me, the quarter flat. So whatever side you want, you could just put whatever quarter flat on the quarterback spy. My recommendation is to put the linebacker side on quarterback spy. So for right here, I would put who has the F on them on quarterback spy. I would just cover the flats myself. But I don't personally like covering flats myself. I like to patrol the middle just for that reason right there. Because if I'm patrolling the flats, I might not even be able to make a play on that. Maybe. I mean, it was 4th and like 1, so maybe. But again, that's just a tip, you know. So if you don't want to do that, you always do have the option of using that quarter safety and then just spying the guy that you were going to have in the middle. So there's options, but I just don't personally like using a quarter safety because there's just nobody back there, and you're going to be tempted to go down low, and then you're going to give up, you know, a bomb play. So if somebody's running a quarterback, like if they're really just being really mobile, I wouldn't use this as an every down defense. I would just use this as a switch up, and I would just mainly send blitzes at him to make him not want to run out, or a different defense where I'm rushing one more, and I have a quarterback spy, which is out of the cover 4 drop, and I have no idea why they didn't give me the pick right there. But as you guys can tell, I mean, just kind of look at how I was kind of playing everything, you know. Now versus empty, I didn't go over this, but empty, this is my favorite setup, so you guys are gonna kind of have to just look here. It's simple, but I'm just going to take that quarter flat, and I'm actually just going to man him up. Or I believe it was triangle. I forgot which one I did. Yeah, it was the quarter flat. I manned him up the triangle. Now, I'm just going to watch the flats in the middle on the left side. So that's all I'm worried about. And as you can tell right there, I mean, it's just going to kind of blanket everything. And you have to be the quarterback spy, if that makes sense. So you can't afford to run all the way from sideline to sideline because you're going to get gashed, okay? So just make sure you understand that. Don't say I ain't tell you when you know, don't say it. All right. And again, you shouldn't be running this every time. And right here, you can tell I just decided to mix it up just because with the blitz. And I believe I had like 1 or 2 more plays before he actually ended up quitting out. But thankfully, I did change it up because our user was able to get in a great position as we get stiff arm though. But anyways, salute to him though. I did check after the game. He is like a diehard Panther. Like he just plays with the Panthers all the time. But I said salute to him because it is very hard to play with the Panthers, and I have no idea why he does this to himself, playing with the Panthers all the time, but it might just be his favorite team, you know? I don't know. But anyways, I'm more than positive this is the last play, though, so I thank you guys for watching this video. I do appreciate you guys because I actually did cut it here because it was just another blowout, and I didn't want y'all to sit through it, honestly. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I do pray you have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.